What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? You are watching the first of my series, Ask Jarii. This is a series that I've been wanting to create for a really long time, where you guys can ask me anything and everything about my life. So whether that's to do with gaming, makeup, hobbies, the things I do, whatever, you can ask me whatever you want. That's fine. The best questions I will answer in a YouTube video. So if you want me to answer any of your questions, all you have to do is send me a tweet or a YouTube message, or a comment, a Facebook message, Instagram, whatever. All you need to do is write hashtag askdjarii and then ask me your question. I begged you guys to write me some questions finally so I could make this video. And now you guys have put out, and we have content, we have questions, and I've written them down. So let's get to it. I hope you enjoy the video, guys. Be sure to comment with any questions that you will want to have answered on a video. Okay, let's go. So the first question that I have on my list of questions here is by KirstyX86 on Twitter, and she says, Jarii, what inspired you to start streaming, and who is your favorite streamer? So this is going to be a really difficult question for me to actually answer, because there are so many things that inspired me to start streaming or got me to start streaming. I guess in short, the story was I had spent a lot of time playing games with my friend Hamoth. We made a lot of YouTube videos on his channel, which I'll have him link right here. We just played games casually for fun. We did stupid stuff and funny stuff, and yeah, we basically just fooled around a lot on his YouTube videos. And one day it was Kevin who was watching Twitch. He watched a lot of Twitch channels to see how people were doing things in game and whatever, and he was watching Nysira. Back to this time I had no idea who Nysira was, and she was playing World of Warcraft, and he was saying, you know, I think that you could do this, you know, you could do this. So I had a look at Nysira and saw what she was doing. She wasn't doing anything that was like particularly hard in game, you know, she was just doing some casual stuff. Gosh, I can't even remember what she was doing, but it was nothing difficult, you know. And so I thought, well, hell, why not? You know, me and Jonas are already playing games anyway. We might as well stream it and see if people watch. And yeah, and we did. And from then on, I pretty much streamed every day, and I streamed from like 8 to 10 hours every day. Streamed all kinds of games. World of Warcraft, Gary's mod, Minecraft. Honestly, we played everything, and I just didn't stop streaming. So that's really the story from how I started streaming. But as for my favorite streamers, or favorite streamer, I guess that's really hard. But I guess I would like to pick streamers that offer something a little bit different. So I like streamers who aren't just playing games. I like streamers who are doing something with a purpose, maybe. Anyway, the first one that comes to mind is a good friend of mine, and his name is Okaydrian. And Okaydrian does this thing on his stream, and it's called Video Games Taught Me. And he does all kinds of educational streams where he plays games and teaches people things or learns things. And it's a really, really awesome place to be. So check out Okaydrian here, please, guys. One of my favorite Twitch streamers. I had the pleasure to meet him at TwitchCon, and yeah, spend a fair bit of time with him. Definitely worth your time. So yeah, that's Kirsty's question there. What inspired you to start streaming, and who is your favorite streamer? Now, the next question that I've got, let me find that on my computer, is from Goblins for Life, who is one of our oldest viewers, and his question is, how did you and Hamoth meet? So this guess ties back kind of to the first question and my stream inspiration, but I met Hamoth actually playing World of Warcraft. I was an active member of a DeviantArt community for a roleplay server in World of Warcraft, where we made World of Warcraft artwork and roleplayed. I'm a nerd, handle it. Anyway, Hamoth was also a part of this community, but I didn't know him back then. And I was joining this guild that was supposedly like this elite super blood elf roleplay guild. And I didn't think I was actually going to get into this guild. But one of my first experiences after I did get in was meeting a roleplay character that belonged to Hamoth. And I didn't know it was Hamoth's character, even though I knew of him from this DeviantArt community, right? But I remember him talking in guild chat and being like, oh yeah, that Hamoth guy, what an asshole. And I was like, huh? Hamoth is really nice to me on DeviantArt. It turns out that was Jonas, and he was just trolling me in guild chat, yeah. So I met him from there, and then we roleplayed a lot together, and then we Skyped more, we did artwork together, we did all kinds of stuff, and then we played all kinds of games. He's been like one of my best friends for a really, really long time, and yeah. Have some more shameless plugging for Hamoth. Just put it all over the place, please. And that's how I met Hamoth. And the next question was, again, by Goblins, and it was, how did you and Sko meet? I met Sko, or Scott to me, I met him this year, I think it was June, at DreamHack Summer. Yeah, I remember seeing Scott a lot in the World of Warcraft rankings on Twitch, and while I didn't really follow Method super much, you know, I knew who they were, I knew a couple of the players like Fragments and stuff back then, and I knew obviously who Sko was, but I never really watched his streams or anything, but I remember when I went to the streaming area with, who was it? It was Milena, Nick's girlfriend, Milena, and everybody in the streaming area was like introducing to everyone in the streaming area, and so he comes over and he's like, hi, I'm Sko, and I thought it was really, really strange because he has like this greeting where he kisses people on the cheek and stuff, and I was like, alright then, big guy. Okay. And then we hung out at parties and stuff, and I took him to this one vendor at DreamHack that had the Thai food, because I thought that the Thai food, the chicken was so good, yeah. The rice tasted like ass, but the chicken was so good. And yeah, it just went from there, and we spoke about Method and Method's expansions and stuff, and I met Sasha, and yeah, that's how that came to be. Now, what is our next question? Here's one that I would like to answer. Did I screenshot it? There it is. Right. This one is by Jadia82, or Jads, and she says, djarii, your makeup is always stunning. What is your fave makeup brand? Wow. I'm always excited to answer questions regarding makeup, right? Oh my god. So, I have fave makeup brands for different kinds of products. So, in short, for foundation, I like to use Estee Lauder. For blushers and bronzers, I use Clinique. For powders, like matte powders, I use MAC, and also I use some MAC eyeshadows. And for lipsticks, I use MAC. For eyebrows, usually I use Anastasia Beverly Hills. However, today I had a major makeup malfunction where my brow wiz had like this much left and ran out on one eyebrow. What a tragedy, right? And Obviously, for eyeshadows as well, I'm using Urban Decay. But I have to say, if I could choose one makeup brand, yeah, it's really hard. Probably the one I use the most will be MAC. I spend so much time in MAC. I've used all kinds of their products. I have one of their pro palettes. I've used all their lipsticks, lip liners. I've used their foundations before, all of their powders. Yeah, probably the all-time one would be MAC, but there are definitely some products which are better from like Estee Lauder, or honestly Anastasia Beverly Hills has the absolute best eyebrow products ever. I could talk about this all day, but fave makeup brand, probably MAC and Anastasia. Those two are amazing. Okay, and another question that I had was, here it is from New Menace, and he says, Djarii, what was the first game you tried on your first PC? Now, this one's a story, right? The first game that I played on my first PC, I guess if we went way back, there was this one game that I played. It was like an educational game, and I don't remember what it was called, but I remember there was vegetables in it, and it was I think there was a quote in it, and it was, you are what you eat from your head to your feet, and there was some vegetables in it. Or Crystal Maze, was it called Crystal Maze? There was this one game that we used to play in junior school called Crystal Maze, or Crystal Palace, or some bullshit, and it was amazing. I played that, and there was like a school game. But if we're talking about real video games, the first game that I played was a free MMO called Rohan Blood Feud. It was like almost like an anime ugu Japan-y style fantasy MMO with like elves that were healers, half elves that were archers, humans that were warriors, and dark elves that were mages, and there were big tank giants and stuff. And it was like a pay-to-win game. And I remember I spec'd completely wrong, yeah? And you can't unspec unless you pay for something. And I was so young back then that I couldn't ask anybody to give me any money so that I could pay to respec my character, right? So I just had this really badly spec'd half-elf. I felt awful about it. And then I made a new character, and I keep looking up because I'm trying to remember, yeah. I made this new character, and the race was called Decan, and I think it was called Decan, and it was like blue dragon creatures, right? They turned into dragons, and I had this Decan, and it was this blue lady, and I've actually got at hand somewhere in my drawer, maybe, at least I did. Yeah, I do. Right here. This is a drawing of my character from Rohan. So I don't know if I can show you it so that it looks, there you go. And yeah, my name was Anbu50. Okay, that was my name. I was a Naruto fan. My first character was called Anbu Soph, and I spec'd it wrong, so the next one had to be Anbu50. Anyway, this was a gift from one of my friends who got me into that game, and she mailed this to me, so you can see. And she also made one for one of my best friends, Alex, to that time, and I've got his card too. And you can see he was playing a half-elf archer. That's pretty cool. Called Psych. So, yeah, these were from Rohan Blood Feud. And that was the first game that I played on PC. That was the opener into World of Warcraft, because the guy who played Psych then got me into playing World of Warcraft because he was a big World of Warcraft player. And that's the story. Those are the questions for today's #AskDjarii. I hope you guys enjoyed the start of this series, and I can't wait to do another one, actually. That was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave below some comments for me of any questions that you want to ask for episode 2 of Ask Djarii. Yes, let me know, guys, and I will see you next time. Peace out!